What happens next happens here. Canton's Morning News with Pam Cook on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
It is 8:39. We have just about 21 minutes before the top of the hour, 9 o'clock. And, if you're married, every married couple has their little spats, of course. But if you're fighting about certain things, it could signal trouble. And right now on our WHBC Newsline, we bring in licensed psychologist Dr. Wendy Rice. Good morning, Dr. Rice.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Now, if you're fighting about the kids and, what you have to do for chores or who's going to take who where, are those really big problems?
I think for some people those are big problems. And I think if you have a child with special needs or you have some specific stressors in your life, those can be huge problems. But this study from Kansas State University is saying that fighting about money is the worst.
Why is that?
Well, what they're saying is that fights about money people use harsher language, that the fights last longer, and that they are harder to get over, as opposed to whatever other topics married couples fight about, which is pretty much everything under the sun.
Well, yeah, because that's part of it, right? I mean,
That is part of it. In my experience, but, if you have a high-needs child, that's a huge stressor. My experience is that they aren't necessarily fighting about sex, but sex can destroy marriage, or lack of sex, or whatever can destroy marriage just as easily.
Okay, now if you are fighting about money, is there anything that you can do to save it right now?
Their recommendations are that you could seek the services of a financial planner or a therapist. And either can really help get the conversation going, and either can probably identify some problems with communication and fairness and respect. And, there's often a power differential in a family if one partner is the income earner or the bigger breadwinner.
What other warning signs are there for couples?
I think just a general sense of stress and discomfort, and when there's a lack of trust in the marriage. And, I think that if you've been unhappy for a certain amount of time, it's going to be different for everybody. It may be time to seek some help, and I don't think you have to be in such high distress or believe that your marriage is over to get some help. I believe that if you know there's some problems and the two of you together can't work them out, it's okay to go get some help. A third person can be super useful.
Licensed psychologist Dr. Wendy Rice, we appreciate your time this morning.
Thanks for having me.
What happens next happens here. Canton's Morning News with Pam Cook on News Talk 1480 WHBC.